Hi, YouTube followers. Today we're going to start a brand new series. In this series, I plan on reviewing all of the Disney animated feature-length films from beginning to end chronologically. Now, I have some pretty strong opinions, so if you're not of the same opinion as me, that is perfectly fine. But I'm just going to share with you how I feel, and of course, I've had a few libations to get started. Of course, we're going to take it all back to the very first animated feature-length film, Snow White. Snow White was released in 1937. I don't know that year because, of course, I wasn't alive then, but man, times must have been pretty bleak if Snow White is your gal to come and rescue the audience's morale. Snow White opens with the original classic idea of the fairy tale storybook opening to the story of Snow White. Actually, this was a pretty novel idea, and for a while Disney movies did that. In fact, sometimes it would be a live action book that they would rig and film and then open and then begin the cartoons. Now, I have to hand it to Walt Disney because this was his first experiment with feature-length animation. He wasn't even sure if people would care about animation being feature-length, but he just had this passion and this dream and thought, man, you need, I'm not sure what the runtime is here, to really tell the full story of Snow White and the seven little ombres and her prince. Steve said that if the queen in Snow White is the prettiest person in this kingdom, what is this kingdom like? I mean, have you seen the evil queen? Granted, she's got the glammed out makeup and the arch high eyebrows and the purple eyeshadow up to here, but like, what's the rest of the kingdom look like if she is top billing under Snow White, of course? In the beginning, when she's in her peasant gown, Snow White is wearing like little Dutch boy shoes. They're like weird little wooden pointy toe shoes. Very strange. I'm sure because it was set in like Germany, that was a thing, but it annoys me. The water in the wishing well actually looked pretty cool. That animation effect to make it ripple was really phenomenal, especially thinking that this is back in the 1930s when animation was originally only used for cartoons. Man, the prince, man, he just pops up really fast. He does not give Snow White a chance to even like sing her song very much. His voice is so much nicer than Snow's voice. Her voice drives me insane. I hate it. It's that warbly style of singing where it's like, ah! I can't say. It's like she's sitting on a vibrator while she's trying to sing, and I don't understand the appeal. Do you? Birds in this film have red eyes, which for me would be like an immediate trigger or like warning sign that birds might possibly be evil. I'm not sure where the irises of these birds have been drawn in red, but that is definitely something we should question going forward. The bird at the well had bedroom eyes. Man, that thing was thirsty. And you know what? This sets the record because there will be plenty more thirsty animals where that came from. Usually fish, but we'll get to that. Now, the queen has that gorgeous throne. It's a peacock throne. I want that. Also, who made that box? Did she craft a box just to keep a heart inside? It's real fancy. Like, did the woodsman have a crush on her, and so to show his love, he like made her the box? Did she make it herself, and she just wanted to fill it with something interesting so it wouldn't look as exciting on the, or so it would look more exciting on the inside to equal the outside? Who knows? Why the hell does he have a nice dress? Was it a happy death day present from the queen? Did she give Snow White a nice dress? Like, yeah, you're gonna die today, so here you go. Here's the best dress we have in the kingdom. The trees in this movie are basically like the trees from Evil Dead. They're gonna get a little penetrative, if you know what I mean. They're pretty terrifying, and Snow White at this point has a right to be scared, but like later on, girl takes it out a little bit too far. How many screwy faces do we get in this film? They are nuts. Now, when Snow White crashes and falls to the ground in the morning and she's sobbing her eyes out after this terrifying night with the trees, the animals all sort of like crowd around her. Like, what is wrong with this girl? Did she have a bad trip? Did we give you some bad shrooms? What's going on, girl? Like, I don't know why she's there on the floor screaming. They're like, nobody hurt you. We didn't attack you. Nobody harmed you. Why are you so upset? Now, she starts speaking in rhyme to the animals. There's no humans around to see the accomplishment that you have spoken in rhyme the whole time. So why the F are you wasting your energy speaking rhyme to the animals? Is that how princesses speak to animals? Is that the secret that I'm missing? Do I need to rhyme to my pets to make sure they understandeth me? She finds an axe in the middle of an abandoned house in the middle of the woods, and her first response is to giggle about it. Snow's like, oh, there's an axe here. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. Girl, if you're in the middle of the woods, that's probably an axe murderer's house, and you should see yourself out. The deer. Okay, so we get to the cleaning scene, and Snow White is singing a little song. Whistle while you work. I don't want to get struck down for copyright, so I'm going to stop there. But, the animals are helping, and they're cleaning, and they're doing things for her, but she lets the deer lick the plates clean. Thank God Snow stopped that, because the deer was licking plates. Like, I understand Lyme disease is only spread by ticks biting you that have been infected by an infected deer, but seriously, deer saliva cannot be that good for you. Deer are the rats of the forest. I love all animals, but I hate deer. Also, it seems to me like the animals did like 90% of the work and Snow just kind of pushed a broom around a little bit and sang. That's not fair division of labor. You basically might as well be paying these animals a wage at this point, or else can you consider it animal slavery? I'm not sure. Now, hi-ho, when hi-ho, when the dwarves are working in the mine, actually is pretty cool. The song used to kind of annoy me, and it's still not my favorite Disney song, but the color palettes in the cave with the crystal mines is really, really, they're cool. The shadows are neat. The whole sequence is pretty cool to watch, especially considering this is animation from the 1930s. All hand drawn, all hand painted. So I'm impressed. Color me impressed. I'm tickled about hi-ho. So then all of a sudden they get really upset and they think their plates have been stolen. That's my favorite response out of any of the dwarves. Like, no, our plates are clean and put away, but we don't know that. We just assume that they're stolen. Who would want to steal your dirty plates? Think about that. Goldenrod makes me sneeze too, so I totally understand Sneezy. I am so allergic to that stuff. Awful. So I don't blame you. I'm sorry people make fun of you for your nasal passages. You know what I'm saying? Grumpy actually happens to be the only voice of reason in the Seven Dwarfs. He's the first one to be like, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't trust strangers. I don't know, this girl sort of broke into our house and messed with our stuff. Don't you guys feel a little violated or offended? Also, like, Snow White barely meets the dwarves, and she's already bossing them around. She's like, go wash your hands if you want to have pie and dinner. You know what? You're in their house. You're in their territory. You touch their stuff. Why are you bossing them around? Hold for train. Train's gone. We're continuing this story. One moment, please. Okay, next on my list, this is actually a positive. This movie had rattos. As a rat mom, I am happy to see rats in any capacity. I believe these ones were mean rats, but you know what? Inclusion is important. So thank you for animating rats in Snow White. The Queen's cape is the most badass thing I've ever seen. It reminds me of The Cell, where that guy has like the big cape and then he walks forward to look at what's her face, and all of the cape comes down off the hooks all the way around the room and like follows him. That's sort of like the vibes I got, even though the Queen's cape is much smaller. The skeleton in the dungeon being teased with water is it's just horrible. Why are we waterboarding this poor skeleton? What has he done to you? And why? Can we please release him from his prison? I mean, he didn't do anything as far as the movie's concerned. Also, like, Queenie, you're giving Snow the apple, like, why not just, I don't know, stab her? Stab her? Now, the next note that I have is buried alive. Not 100% sure what that means because I made these notes in 2020, so good luck to y'all there. I'm not sure if buried alive has to do with the untimely death of the queen in the lightning storm, or if I was thinking about something else before we got to that. Snow White, I have to address you. Stranger danger, you idiot. You see an old woman come to your door. She wants to peddle you something. Look, the energy company people, they're going to scam you out of your money. This woman, she's a creepy old lady. You have no idea where she came from and you want to buy her wares. This isn't the... Oh, this is in fact the 1930s at the time. I guess people were a lot more trusting because of all the door-to-door salesmen. I get it, but I also, like, I'm disappointed in you, Snow. Also, this girl just gives kisses away. She kisses all the dwarves. She kisses Dopey's head multiple times. Like, kisses are nothing to her. Apparently, she loves them. She can kiss them. But, like, it's nothing special. So why is it a kiss that's going to save her later? Spoiler alert. This woman tells her it's a wishing apple. You stupid hoe. Do you really buy everything you see on the shopping channel? Do you shop on QVC? Do you believe in flex tape? Actually, flex tape is a really good product. But do you buy everything you see? The egg cookers and the chicken rotisserie home devices and the George Foreman grill? Sure, it's a wishing apple. Believe whatever you want. Snow, you're about to bite it anyway. And I do mean bite it. The poor turtle, man. The poor turtle is like exactly where most of my concern lies in the movie. When Snow gets poisoned, I don't give a shit. Okay, when the witch falls off the mountain, I don't give a shit. But when this turtle gets left behind multiple times, goes up the stairs, gets run over by the animals, gets run over coming downstairs and cannot keep up, I am concerned for the wellness of this turtle. Has anybody checked in to make sure he doesn't need a lift? Do we need to build him a cute little wheelchair accessibility for his shell? I don't know what is the answer, but I'm more concerned about him than literally any character in this film. Now, Snow's villain, the Evil Queen, is of course the first villain to fall to their doom and also get crushed by a rock. So she starts the tradition that Disney decides that all villains have to be defeated by falling. So as I continue with various videos in this series and I talk about the villains, we're going to see how many of them actually fall. Villain fall count, pop up below please. Thank you. Villain fall count is at 1. They couldn't bury Snow. I don't know why, because they all have pickaxes and mining material, and these dwarves are all pretty strong if you put all 7 of them together. So whatever, they just like put her on a museum display, which is kind of weird. Like, okay, some cultures do put reliquaries, and they do have figureheads of royalty put in reliquary boxes. So maybe this was the trend and they were trying to honor that because she's a princess. But at the same time, it's kind of creepy, you guys. Is it hermetically sealed? Is there air going to get in? Will she rot? Is it refrigerated? I need to know. If she slept for months and months and months before the prince came to find her, why did her muscles not atrophy in her slumber? She's not dead. We've confirmed she's only sleeping. So is it just magic? Does the magic keep pumping blood to her system and keep everything moving? Because she should look like a toothpick lady when she wakes up. Atrophied muscles, she should not be able to walk. She should have to be carried everywhere she goes. And of course, my final note, oh yeah, I want lipstick with that staying power. That girl gets kissed with that red lipstick and it does not leave a smudge on that prince's face. What company is that? Is that lip sense stuff everybody's been toting around? Because I don't want any of that, but maybe I do, because it's not going to smear, right? And last of all, my final note is the castle is in the sky. It looks like the way it's animated, they just kind of waltz off to the castle and the castle's like up in the clouds, and I don't understand. Overall, I hate this film. I hate Snow's singing voice. I hate the fact that she's a stupid bitch who runs around and screams all the time at everything and cries at the drop of a hat. I don't like the prince. I think he's weird looking. I don't like the evil queen, although she's the most fabulous character in the movie. And I think everything's a little too easy. Luckily, we have a whole host of much better Disney films to look forward to in the future. This is Aline, and I've been there doing Disney dirty.